everybody, what's going on? Today we are taking a look at the Otterbox Defender case for your iPhone 6. This case, everybody knows, is like the king of tough cases. Everybody's had one or some sort of an Otterbox in their phone's life, and I've really enjoyed Otterbox cases. This has to be my favorite out of all of them just because it offers the most protection. First off, we'll be going over design of this case. This case will double the thickness of your iPhone, or more than double the thickness of your iPhone. Overall, the Defender is built very, very well. It has three parts to it. It has this front plate right here, which is plastic, and then it has a screen protector in here as well. And there is a backing part, as you can see here. There's plastic that the phone sits in, and then the rubber wraps around the whole thing to seal it up nice and tight. The one thing I really like about the rubber is that it's really good for grip wise too. Like, it won't slide out of your hand easily because of the rubber. It makes it a really good grip on the phone, which I really like. But there is a bad part to the rubber of this case, and it's been like this for years. I'm surprised they haven't fixed this yet, but as you can see, I've had this when I had an iPhone 4, I had an Otterbox Defender and a 5. Notice this with both cases. The rubber around here, over time, it actually lifts up, so you can see a little bit. I don't know if you can see this, but see, it is starting to wear off, and it'll start to like get really flappy, and it won't stick to the case very well, and that's really, I'm not pleased with that. That is a huge design flaw on their part. And I'm surprised they haven't fixed it by now, because there's been two generations of iPhones and it's still the same problem, which is kind of frustrating. We'll go to the bottom here. There is two flaps, one for your headphone jack and one for your lightning port connector. There is a cover for your speaker port, but it isn't fully covered, so dust will get in there. As you can see here, you won't be able to use bigger third-party lightning port cables with this case. But the thing I find weird is that you can use bigger headphone jack cables with this case. So it's like a give or take, which is really odd. I don't know why they did that. But as you can see on the bottom, I don't know if you can see this, but on right here, there's a cutout right here for the microphone. But as you can see, the headphone jack is actually exposed. So when they say, oh, these ports will protect your phone and will keep out any dust, they lied, because dust will be able to get in there because the port is not fully covered, so dust will be able to get in the ports very, very easily. Another thing with dust is that the camera, this is actually cut out. There's no film or any plastic over this, so dust will get in here very easily as well. The plastic on here, there is plastic over the Apple logo, so no dust will get in there. It'll just get around this area, but not inside the case. There is a cutout for your mute switch as well, which is very, very easy to get to. There's no problem there. All the ports are very easy to get to, which is really nice. And there's also a cutout for your front-facing camera where dust can also get in here too, because it's wide open. Next, I want to talk about protection of the Otterbox Defender here. This case isn't actually drop rated. They haven't really put out a thing where it says, okay, you can drop it from this feet and it'll be fine. In my opinion, I would say probably about 6.6 feet you'd be able to drop this thing. Like, this is a very, very tough case. Probably the toughest one that I have, that I know of exactly, next to the Tech 21 Patriot, which is 13 feet, which is tougher than this. But this, you probably drop this from about 6.6 feet and the iPhone will be fine. This case isn't waterproof, as I've told you. There's cutouts everywhere on the bottom here and on the top here. So if you drop this in water, you're pretty much screwed. Next, let's go over access of the iPhone inside the case. This is where the Otterbox falls short, actually. It was actually very good with the 5 version, but the 6, I just don't like it. It's so difficult. Like, the volume and power buttons, like, they're very, very hard to press. I don't know why. It's just, they've always been like this, too. Like, let me go to a screen here. Like, you really gotta press on these buttons, which is kind of a hassle. And supposedly over time the rubber kind of does loosen out and it does get easier to press, but I've had this for a long time and I haven't really noticed that it loosening up or easier. Maybe the power button's getting a little better, but the volume buttons are just terrible. You need to really press these things, which is not a great thing. As I said before, there is a screen protector with this case, and there is a little bit of a gap here. If you can see that, it's more in the middle here. So function of your iPhone inside the screen protector, it isn't terrible, but it could be like just a lot better. I want to show you down here too. This goes over design. There's a plastic piece here that it sits on. When you're trying to access this menu down here, this plastic part sometimes gets in the way of that, which is kind of disappointing as well. Most of the time it does get it, but there could be certain times where like it doesn't work like this. See, so there's some times where it doesn't work, and that's kind of a drawback too. There's one big thing I really want to mention here is the Touch ID. This is huge. If you're wanting to get this case, beware of this area right here around the Touch ID button that I'll be showing you right now. I want to show you guys this because I don't know if you can see this, but you see on the very bottom here, I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but you see there's like a little box that's made, it's formed on the glass of the iPhone. If you can see that, it's kind of hard to see, but you see that right there? It looks like a box. Well, on the back of the case here, there is a cutout for, well, there isn't a cutout. Before there was a plastic piece, and it sat like right there, right as a square as it looked like on the phone. So what I did was I actually peeled this piece off, so there is like nothing here anymore. So if you're going to get this case, please do that, or else this will happen to your iPhone. It makes like a square like indent on the glass, which is really bad. I don't remember this being with my 5 at all. This is just new that I found out, which is very disappointing. Install of this case is very easy. This is the back piece where the iPhone sits in, and then you just snap your screen protector on the front like so, make it good and sit, and then the rubber piece here just wraps around your whole phone like so. Install is a lot easier than uninstall is. Alright, so we got the phone on here. Let's pull that port back. Install is very easy with this case, no problems. But uninstall, if you want to get it from the side, you're gonna, there we go. But what I recommend is when you install is the flaps down here, peel these back and press up, and then peel it back like that. It's a hell of a lot easier than trying to peel it off from the sides, trust me. So overall, with this case, I'm actually pretty pleased. It is a downgrade from the 5 version and the 4 version. There's some things that have followed this case up through time, like the rubber being kind of flappy over time. And the port on the bottom, I didn't really notice that with the 5. It could have been there, but... And also the Touch ID, where it makes an engraving on your iPhone. That was not on the 5 version, which is that's a huge design flaw on their part. Overall, with this case, I'd probably go 4 out of 5 on this case. It offers great drop protection, but there is some places where it falls short, like the rubber loosening up. You can't use third-party lightning port connectors. Dust gets in very easily. It makes a huge ring around your iPhone from your Touch ID, which is odd. Buttons aren't really easy to access. Screen protector kind of it works most of the time, but sometimes it really doesn't want to work for you. And guys, I want to mention, if you are new to my channel or this video, I do leave links down in the description for you. There's Otterbox's website, and there's an Amazon link too. So if you guys want to check out Otterbox and their other cases, please do that. And I also leave a full layout of this whole review written out for you guys, and each little spot I did, like design, protection, screen protection, dust, it's all rated down in the description for you to look at as well, and a long opinion of what I think about this case instead of you just watching it. As always, I do encourage you to hit subscribe in the corner there. It really does help me out with my videos, and please rate, comment, and subscribe. I will be putting out videos once or twice a week, usually on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but sometimes it might be later in the week depending on if the case gets here and if I have time to use it before then. So guys, this is the Otterbox Defender case for your iPhone 6.